All right, friends. Thundercat, new Thundercat, distracted. That's a word I think all of us can connect with these days. Feeling distracted. Quite easy to feel distracted these days. A lot of shit going on. But that's kind of nice that, you know, with Thundercat coming out with an album this morning, coming into it. Today I was like, I don't really know what I want to listen to, but I wanted to listen to something that was just not serious, you know? And last week I listened to Kanye because the week before I listened to the new Yeet, which is when Pozole came out also. So I was a week behind on that. And then someone reminded me, hey, Thundercat. It's like, oh yeah, perfect. This is exactly the kind of thing I want to sit down with today. Good old Thundercat. Let's hear some silliness. Let's hear some ooze. Let's hear some killer fucking bass. I'm hoping we hear some killer bass. But also, too, you know, you never know. He seems to be a little bit more open as well. Just a cool artist in general. Something that did surprise me when I pulled him up on the old Spotify. 12 million monthly listeners on the old Spotify. Almost 13. More than I realized. Now, I wonder if it's because he's credited on, like, he works with a lot of different people and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize he was basically that big, essentially. I know he works all over the place. He works with a lot of people. His name's well known as far as I understand it to be. But, yeah, anyway. I'm kind of helter-skelter in my own brain. There's just been the world, like, I just feel like for the last couple of weeks, the world's been right on the edge. And it almost seems to change like hour to hour. You know, sometimes it's day by day, but sometimes it's like, oh, sweet. You know, there's a ceasefire. Oh, and then Israel launches the largest attack against Lebanon in its history and just kills hundreds of civilians and blows up all kinds of apartment buildings throughout the city. Anyway, don't want to go on about that. That's where we are today. Today's April 10th, 2026. Yeah. So feeling distracted, but also feeling happy to at least have another day, right? I mean, that's all you can really hope for anymore, it seems like. Just let's get another day in there. Oh, I'm trying to pinch my nipple. Trying to grab my nipple there? No. Sorry, my makeup assistant here is helping me with that. Cat hair on you. Yeah, it was petting voodoo. And he's a white cat with a lot of hair, so we got to get cat hair on me. You can't even see it on the camera. For the record, she was just trying to pinch my nipple and play it off as cleaning off cat hair. I'm going to do two music videos. Oh, jeepers. We're going to do two music videos. Someone said one of them was really cool, and there's two of them, and they're both pretty short. You know, the album, 47 minutes, 15 songs. Looks like the longest is about 5.5 minutes, but for the most part, like 2.5 minute song. So just a bunch of cool songs, I'm assuming, right? Looking forward to that. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to try and post this uncut on YouTube. I feel like, so when it comes to editing, I don't like editing. I try to cut like half the music out. That's really what I'm supposed to do, but I end up cutting like a third of the music out. That's why my videos are so long. I'm going to try and not edit and post this all on YouTube unedited and see what happens. Thundercat strikes me as the kind of guy who's a little less concerned about claiming stuff, although, you know, the record company is the one that decides all that shit anyway. But like last week with Kanye, with Pozole, I was able to post that unedited, and it actually came up as a share monetization claim instead of just copyright claim, you can't do anything with it. And then they loaded up with ads. So I was able to turn ads off on my side. Anyway, normally video reactions are part of Patreon. I haven't been doing that at all. So if you're excited about me watching videos, don't sign up for Patreon because I haven't been doing it. But Patreon is $2 if you want uncut, if you want no ads. That's kind of the big thing now. No ads. Anyway, there you go. All right, let's get into the album. Let's check out the album. I'm excited. It's called Distracted. The first track is called Candlelight. Producer is Greg Kirsten. Dropping into New Thundercat. This came out a week ago, I believe. Yeah, April 3rd. And today's the 10th. Track 1, Candlelight. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Don't
Watch your light fade.
Watch the light dim as the wax melts away. And should you meet your end,
Love of the bass.
be real, my friend.
He makes the bass sound like a different instrument. Oh, cool. This is cool. I like this as an opener. Fucking around a little bit. I'm assuming he's on keyboard now. I'm assuming. Unless he's got some sort of crazy thing on the bass. Huh. Whoever's hitting the drum is doing pretty good too. I like how it's building. It's almost like a stress. Oh, and a fade out. Interesting. I was kind of thinking it would build into track 2. But it's going to fade out here. Okay. I'm not expecting a lot of lyrical theme through the album, but I'm just going to approach it from just my own mindset. You know, basically, I'm going to just make a bunch of shit up. I'm not really saying what this album is about or what this song is about, but just how it strikes me. You know, this idea of candlelight, burning so bright, burning at both ends, fighting the wind. You know, to burn the candle at both ends is kind of a what do you call it, an idiom or a saying or whatever, where you basically you're working way too hard. You know, you're gonna burn yourself out. I feel like there's a lot of that. I feel like that's a pretty easy concept to connect with these days. But also too, just taking the idea of distracted and burning the candle at both ends, and maybe an idea of almost trying to cling to candlelight. You know, if there's a lot of bad shit happening, you try and find these pockets where you can almost cling to your happiness, try and focus on happy and not be distracted by the shit, you know? And so the music at the end on the instrumental there, it almost kind of felt like that. Like the song starts out pretty light, and then as you get into the second half of it and it gets busier, it gets faster, it's almost like frantic, it's almost like a fingers tightly clinging to the side of a cliff, like, no, I want to hold on to this candlelight in a sense, this, you know, this something that makes me happy or something that makes me inspired, you know, thinking about somebody also who's an artist who makes music, trying to find that passion to make music, whatever it is, you know, whatever it is. All that to say, I like that the song is basically a very open-ended expression of kind of that idea. Don't let your light fade. Watch the light do as the wax melts away. Should you meet your end, look at me. You are my friend. Like you, my candle, my inspiration, my light, my passion, whatever, right? But then that outro becoming more anxious, faster, a little bit more intense. It's almost like a fear of losing the candle. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? Just tossing that idea out there. That's something that could be. But let's move on to track 2. Now, this one I think is a single because it's got a lot of streams. And I did notice, actually, what are the music videos? Is it No More Lies? She Knows Too Much. Oh, and I Wish I Didn't Waste Your Time. So this is not I think there was like a, I did see something on YouTube, but it was like a visualizer or a lyric one. Actually, I think there was both. Anyway, Thundercat and Tame Impala. Is Kevin Parker Tame Impala? I think so. I don't know. Anyway, let's drop into 2. No More Lies. Here we go. And also the cover is kind of funny because it's a gazelle chasing a cheetah. So we get a bit of an inverse there to what normally happens. Anyway, here's 2. No More Lies. There's the ooze I was hoping for. There's some ooze. Good hit on the drum. Yeah. Put some thwack in the drum. Yeah.
I'm sorry, girl. Didn't mean to drag you in my dreams. Baby, no more lies.
Yeah, cool.
That's the way it's supposed to be. For you and me.
I already want to like snap.
You and I both know it's harder than it seems. Love is a two-way street. I'm letting go because the both of us don't need to try. Baby, it's one at a time.
Interesting line right there. We'll talk about that in a bit.
That's just the way it works. For you and I keep getting hurt.
Huh.
We're gonna lose control of the wheel. So put your seatbelt on. I think we're about to crash in a world of pain. There's so much work to do, so much to unpack. It's not your fault.
I'm reading ahead.
I'm just kind of It's looking like I won't be home for another year. Long left undone, 'cause I might just drift on
I like this section right here.
on the run.
I like the drum beat for this song.
I'll just be on my own. I'll just be home alone. My trouble.
Yeah, this is a good song. I like this. Go on.
She wants to come back. I'll just be on my own. I'm dancing on my own. I'll just stay on my own. She wants to come back.
I like this combination of it's kind of a little bit of sad, a little bit of melancholy, but like a lot of summertime sound and feel. You know, like given the way the lyrics are, you really could have leaned into a sadder sound, but instead this just feels like something that you drive around and get the window down and the sun's out and it's a beautiful day and I don't know, maybe you're just kind of thinking about your girl or whoever, right? I like this line though. Let's go back a bit. You and I both know it's harder than it seems. Love is a two-way street. I'm letting go because the both of us don't need to drive. It's one at a time. And then you get into the next bit here. That's just the way it works. Or you and I keep getting hurt. We're going to lose control of the wheel. So the way I take that section right here, you know, losing control of the wheel, I'm letting it go because both of us don't need to drive. The way I take that, the way I'll try to explain it is like with a relationship, if you've got two people that are kind of controlling or trying to dictate where things go, and if they're both trying to dictate at the same time, but they both have different ideas of where it's supposed to go, that creates a lot of friction, creates a lot of fight. You know, really, especially with the way he's using the analogy of trying to, you know, control the wheel. Imagine two people trying to steer a car at the same time, and one person wants to go left, and the other person wants to go right. Like, it doesn't work, right? So basically, it's just like, all right, all right, you drive, you know? You drive the relationship a bit. Because the thing is, too, with the relationship is if you let the one person drive and you kind of kick back and let it, you know, see where it goes, doesn't mean you're locked in. right? You can go, well, you want to go this way, and I'm not going to fight you on that. However, I'm also not going to stay in this car. Like, you want to take your car that way, and that's fine. I get that. I respect that. I just don't really want to go that way. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the car. You can find someone else, hopefully, right? So I just like the concept of just letting go a little bit. That's something I have to tell myself a lot with everything in life is stop. Don't try to control. I mean, there are certain things, obviously, you can nudge this way or nudge that way, and you can work towards goals. And there's a lot of effort you can put into life and see outcomes because of that. But at the same time, there's just so much shit that's out of our control, right? And I feel like there's a lot of times when, sticking with the car analogy, when I'm driving around in California and there's traffic and people are road raging and stuff, and it's like, if you would just chill the fuck out and just slow down a little bit and maybe, get in this one lane instead of trying to change lanes and change lanes and change lanes and change. Because I'll watch these people sometimes, just watch them, and they're just fighting tooth and nail to get 40 feet further. Just relax. Just relax. Just go with the flow a little bit. Anyway, there's my little insert there. Let's keep going. I like this song, man. It feels very summer. Spring, summer. Great drum work. Great drum work. Yeah, this is a good one. This is cool.
But you're still angry. So sometimes I still should have lied. I tell you the truth because I care. But I also lie to you because I care. But if I tell you the truth, I guess I can sleep better at night. But then it looks like I don't care because I'm telling you the truth. I mean, I guess I'm just not everybody hates when they get to that part when they realize that I don't want to tell you I don't care, but if it seems like I don't care, it doesn't mean I don't care. It just looks like I don't care.
Yeah, it just looks like I don't care.
Because my emotions have been sanded off. I live in LA, sweetie. What do you expect?
I love it. I love it. This is something I notice a lot at work, and I've noticed it has been to my own detriment because things will go wrong at work as things do right. I mean, that's part of why we're there is all these problems pop up and now we got to fix them. And people freak out when things go wrong, which is very normal, right? That's what you're kind of supposed to do. Oh no, things have gone wrong. Oh crap, we got to figure this out. But it's like, that's every day. Every day things go wrong. So there's no reason to freak out because it's just part of what we do. Things go wrong and we fix it, and then other things don't go wrong and we just keep working like we normally do. But I've had a couple instances in my professional life where people think I don't care that things aren't going right. And it's like, no, I care. It's just there's no reason to be upset because things always go wrong. It'd be like being upset every time I step on my left foot while I'm walking. You're supposed to step on your left foot while you're walking.
You trip over you?
Don't, no, Never mind. You're not here. You're not here today. You're in a rambunctious mood, I can tell already. So I'm not going to include you today.
Step on your left foot. Like when you're turning?
Yes, when I'm turning,
Your
I'll.
right foot steps on your left foot?
No, it's not even. How are you sitting here listening to me and you didn't even hear what I said? How
I
does?
heard what you said. You step on your left foot.
Yeah, because when you're walking, you step with your left foot and you step with your
you
right
step
foot.
with your left foot.
Did I say on?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
No.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
You picture me stepping on my own feet.
Yeah. I'm like, he's never done that. But now I'm going to watch because that'd be funny.
Now I'm gonna watch to see if he does it. But anyway, yeah, there's situations where people are upset that you're not upset because that means you don't care. But that's not true. There's just certain things there's no reason to get upset about. That's just what it is, and then you fix it and you move on. There's no, like fucking standing in line at the grocery store. Our grocery store is terrible. They always never have enough people. So there's always a line, and it pisses me off. And most of the time, I just don't go there anymore. But when I go there, I know I will be standing in line. And I don't like that, but there's no reason to be upset about it. There's no particular reason to care. Well, actually, now I'm ruining my own analogy here because you're supposed to still care, but not getting upset. Anyway,
You're stepping on your foot.
as I'm stepping on my own feet, I'm stepping on my own words. But I like this thing with Thundercat. My therapist told me I should tell you the truth, but I tell you the truth and then you're mad. So then I lie, so you're not mad. But then it seems like I don't care because I'm telling you the truth. But I'm just, I act like I don't care because my emotions have been sanded off because I live in LA. Yeah. Good song. Fun to listen to. Great drum work. Great just kind of summertime, springtime vibe coming out of it. There's so much work to do, so much to unpack, but it's not your fault. I'm just kind of ass. Oh, man. Yeah, it's fun. Fun to listen to. I'm realizing, I pick this, I think Thundercat, and I think of hip-hop settings. But this guy does everything. So I may have accidentally picked a non-hip-hop album without realizing. Although I should have realized it if I would have spent more than 20 seconds thinking about it. But there you go. That's okay. Life goes on. This is track 3. It's called She Knows Too Much. It's featuring Mac Miller. It's produced by Greg Kurstin. Let's drop into 3. She Knows Too Much. Nice. I like the Mac Miller ad-libs. Oh, cool. He's got an actual.
All the books you read, you know way too much. Girl, don't know me, you don't know enough. Say, if you don't know me, you don't know enough. Yeah, say, ooh, yeah. Got me saying, baby. You can drive my car, but don't drive me crazy. I know that life is hard. We dancing on the boulevard, girl. Am I crazy? I must be crazy.
This is cool.
Yeah. You got trouble paying rent now. Living in an apartment, I could take you to the penthouse. Got a stepchild, going like exile. Make me say, every time you pull your breasts out. I feel left out. I can be your drug when you're stressed out. I know you say it's true love, but why you always hit me when the check bounce? Oh, yeah, we in love. Tell me what I gotta do to get my dick sucked. She a pin up, looking for a rich one. Need to take your ass on home, pick your kid up. Yeah, hard moving to the kick drum. You ain't have none, girl, better get some. And you can talk about the universe and energy, but all you really want is a celebrity.
Jesus.
That was you're just lost.
This is a cool song too, man. We're 3 for 3 opening this album. Oh, it's already kind of done. I'll let it finish, and then I'll talk about lyrics. I like some of these lyrics. I like this chorus.
Way out of my league, can't buy her love.
Way out of my league. I can't buy her
All the
love.
books she reads, she know way too much. Girl, you don't know me, you don't know enough. Say, if you don't know me, you don't know enough.
That's cool that Thundercat had something from Mac kind of in the vault, essentially, or that there was something in the vault that he could use. Nice. This album so far has a great vibe going on. Very much a springtime release. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Very cool. This might be this is my favorite one so far, I think. I like this one a lot. Oh, cool. I like how it drops into 4 too. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. That was so. It was a tiny desk where Thundercat was there. I think it was a tribute to Mac Miller, or maybe it was like when Balloonerisms came out or something, or it might have just been a tribute. I don't know, but you could tell Thundercat was fucking hurting, man. He gave somebody at the end a big, long hug. He misses his friend, Mac Miller. At first I figured, it would just be, it'd be Thundercat and Mac Miller, like little things in there. But I love how it's basically a Mac Miller song, basically. I love this. She's way out of my league. I can't buy her love. All the books she reads, she knows way too much. So this girl is not stupid, which is unfortunate for me, because usually the stupid ones, you just throw money at them and everything works out. I'm going to have to do more than just throw money at her on this one. That's going to be tough. You can drive my car, but don't drive me crazy. I like that line a lot. You got trouble paying rent now, live in an apartment. I can take you to the penthouse. Got a stepchild, gone like exile. Make me say, woo, every time you pull your breasts out. I'm feeling left out when you're stressed out. I know you say it's true love, but why you always hit me when the check bounce? Like, you only ever seem to come around when you're broke. That's definitely true love. I think that's the definition right there. True love. Need to take your ass on home, pick your kid up. Fuck. You can talk about the universe and energy, but all you really want is a celebrity. That's a good song. Great music, great production, musicianship, instrumentation, whatever you want to call it. The fancy words to talk about the sound of the music. All those fancy words. Yeah, I like that one. I think so far that's my favorite track. I know we're only on track number 3, but that was just a great one to listen to. Go Mac Miller. Man. Okay, here's 4. Oh, it's got Lil Yachty. It's called I Did This to Myself, and the producer's Flying Lotus. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's jump into 4. I Did This to Myself.
Hey, what are you doing later tonight after you're done with work? I know you might be tired. I'm gonna be awake.
I'm already liking the style of this one, too. Dude, this is a cool fucking album so far, man.
Got me looking like a fool just to get some of your attention.
Oh, you weird chick. You like crystals and shit.
Girl, you
The bass, man. The bass.
like you've already had enough. Do I remind you of your ex?
That don't seem too fair, cause I just got here.
She is everything she wants. It wouldn't matter if it came from me. Why am I paying so much?
That's a good line right there.
missing realness.
Bitch, stop acting like
The cars I split in my life need to be reshuffled. The Lexus LS and on bubbles. I usually hang around guys who's rebels.
Yachty sounds cool here too.
Cleared out my whole schedule and still you act like you're too busy. Bitch, stop acting like you got a real job.
bitch, that's not a real job.
Taking those pics in a bra shouldn't jam your schedule. We made plans twice and it's unsuccessful. I'm
Mad.
Cause the more that I look in your face, you look like your dad, and it's hard picturing him with a big old white ass.
Damn, that's crazy.
This song is great too. I like this one. I like this one. Why am I paying so much? What was the line? There was one up here earlier that I like. Oh God. She gets everything she wants. It wouldn't matter if it came from me. Why am I paying so much? And of course, it's all about attention. First of all, I like the silliness of the song. It's a pretty good. It's a fun song to listen to. I like the energy, the style. It's silly, which is kind of a classic Thundercat track style. But I like this whole, God, like, it's not even a thing about competing with other guys. It's just more like this acknowledgement, this awareness of I've fallen into the same trap as everybody else, where I so desperately want this girl to pay attention to me. I'm paying her so much attention. I'm trying to get her attention. I'm doing anything. But that's what everybody does. So in doing that, all I'm doing is the same thing everybody else does, which makes it so that I don't stand out in any way whatsoever. You know? That's great. You look annoyed, like you've already had enough. Do I remind you of your ex? I like these little inserted ad-libs too. That don't seem fair, because I just got here. Oh, fuck, man. I did this to myself. Yes, I did this to myself. And then Yachty sounded cool. I liked the, echo effect on the vocals. And then also his flow style was very different. It wasn't a rapping flow style. It was almost like this internal monologue type of thing, which was really cool. Cleared out my whole schedule. You still act like you're too busy. Bitch, stop acting like you got a real job. Taking those pics in a bra shouldn't jam your schedule. We made plans twice and it's unsuccessful. Because the more that I look in your face, you look like your dad. And it's hard picturing him with a big old ass. That's good shit. Is it raining again?
Not yet.
Not yet. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A little tiny bit.
I like
I'm very excited. When you live in California, you never see the rain. And we're getting a little bit of rain this weekend, which is nice. I did this to myself. Great song. We are 4 for 4 on the new Thundercat album, my friends. This is fantastic. This is definitely what I was hoping for. This kind of mood, this kind of style. Keep it fun. Keep a good vibe, a good energy, good production. So let's go to 5. Funny Friends is featuring A$AP Rocky, produced by Thundercat. This is called Funny Friends. Here's track 5. Really enjoying this album so far.
Take me as I am, or leave me where I stand. We're friends until the end, till the end, until the end. We're friends until
Oh, wow.
friends until the end. No, it's not hand in hand. We're funny friends in the end. Do you know who you are? So just take me as I am. Take me as I am, as I am, as I am. I'll leave you as you were. So just take me as I am. I'll leave you as you were, as you were, as you were. We're friends,
I like that. Wow, wow.
friends until the end. No, it's not hand in hand. We're funny
listen when I need you. Crying wolf, and this time I won't believe you. Karma's a revolver, we living like the Beatles. This the second time you came around like this the sequel. Don't say goodbye, them words is way too lethal. You stole my heart, and that shit should be illegal. It's virtue, wow, time is too cerebral. Yeah, the darkness might mislead you. You heartless and it's me too.
Interesting song. It's got like these hints of darkness, but it's maintaining this lighter feel. That part, man. I wonder if this feeds into 6. The way it's wrapping up. It does. Cool. Very cool. So this song, I kind of wonder what this one's about. Because you take the line, friends in the end, friends until the end. You know, we're friends until the end. Friends until the end. And it makes it sound like, oh, okay, you know, good friends, lifelong friends, type of thing. But I feel like that's not what it is. It feels like we're friends until the end, as in until you just walk off. That's what it seems like. Especially when you drop in with A$AP Rocky's verse. Why it seemed like you come up missing when I need you. Crying wolf, man, this time I won't believe you. Karma's a revolver, we're living like the Beatles. This is annotated, referencing the groundbreaking LP Revolver. Oh yeah, I'm not a big Beatles fan. I don't know Beatles very well. This is the second time you came around like this, the sequel. Don't say goodbye. Them words is way too lethal. You stole my heart, and that shit should be illegal. Patience is a virtue. Wow, time is too cerebral. The darkness might mislead you. You're heartless, and it's me, too. I know this is like super boring, and there's nothing special about it, but just this question. Do you know who you are? So take me as I am. Take me as I am. I'll leave you as you were. Just take me as I am. But the question of do you know who you are? I feel like it's so important. So important. And I don't know why that it's hitting me so hard, you know, in this moment, because that's a question that, you know, can answer and come up at any time. But in a relationship setting, you know, especially with No More Lies? No More Lies, I think. Track 2. You know, the idea of kind of letting go of the wheel, letting go of control, you know, things like that. Now you're getting a little bit of this element of, you know, just take me as I am. I'll leave you as you were. Basically, just like stop trying to change each other. Stop trying to shape the other into what you want them to be, and rather just let them be who they are. But a big part of doing that, I think, is also knowing who you are and understanding what it is you actually want from life and what you want from a relationship and all those kinds of things. So, I mean, I know this is like just, it seems super basic, but at the same time, I feel like there are people out there, they just have no idea who they are. And that's why they go through so much effort and work trying to shape everything else. So essentially, instead of like acknowledging who they are and changing themselves or trying to better themselves, they just try to change the world around them so that they don't have to change, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm just talking out my ass. I'm just talking out my ass now. Interesting song. Funny Friends. Name of the song. Friends until the end. No, it's not hand in hand. We're funny friends in the end. So it's almost like it kind of gives a hint of like friend zone type of a thing, you know, especially with Rocky's verse. It makes it sound like the guy wants more, but it's not happening. And also too, some of the sound notes in there, that little like almost industrial guitar, that little transition sound, it puts a bit of an abrasive edge on it. The song overall has a sound of kind of, happy and light and all that stuff, but every now and then there's just this jagged edge that comes through. It cuts a bit. Cool. Cool song. This has been fun to listen to so far. Oh, we got Kenny Beats on here, bro. Nice. This is track 6. It's called What Is Left to Say. It's Thundercat, or not Thunderkiss, that's the song. It's featuring the Lemon Twigs, obviously Thundercat. And the producer is Kenny Beats, who goes by Kenneth Bloom now these days. Yeah, Kenneth Bloom. He's trying to be more professional because he picked his name when he was like 14 or some shit like that. So he this came up a couple months ago because he changed his name and people are like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm just what? Come on. I picked this name when I was like a teenager. Let me like change my name. And everyone's like, no, you're Kenny Beats. Yeah, that's funny. All right, here's 6. What is left to say?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Why do you try to hide the feelings you feel?
Got yourself a slow jam.
Could it be that you need another mask to hide behind? And if someone should ask you why, then you turn around and say, I've been up and down so many times, so save it for another day. What is left to say
Cool,
when you've
cool,
made up
cool,
your
cool,
mind? You can spend your whole
I love the little keyboard just there.
trying to find a way that you feel inside. Could it all just be a lie?
Ooh. This gets hard.
I don't need much. Maybe a simple touch. It's in the way that you reply to me, like you can see. You always shut me out.
I love the subtleness of the strings in the background.
I've been here so many times before, so why do I even try?
A little bit of drums going into the chorus. Yeah, this is cool too, man. This is cool.
Trying to find a way that you feel inside. Could it all just be a lie?
This is almost given off like, I'm not a big expert on this genre, but like this is giving off some like Marvin Gaye vibes, man, for sure. This is just like almost like a classic love song in a sense. There's a minute and a half left. I'll let it finish and then we'll go through lyrics. There's not a lot of lyrics, so I'll let it finish and then we'll touch on some lyrics. Kind of a theme running through the album here so far a bit. Surprising to me. Yeah.
Feeling
Yeah. I like this one.
like children in a car. You can put them in the trunk, but let them drive you home.
That's a good song, or a good line.
Someone should ask me why, I'll turn around and say, these are the joys you're looking for. Go on your way. What is left to say?
This chorus just feels classic.
You can spend your whole life trying to find a way that you feel inside. Could it all just be a lie?
Enjoying the Thundercat album, man. I mean, not that it's like a huge surprise, right? I just don't listen to a lot of Thundercat. I have heard Drunk. I haven't put on Drunk in forever. What's kind of surprised me about this album is that we got some silliness in it, especially here with this line about the droids. But like, it's been a little bit more, what do I want to say? Not like serious, not grown up, not more, adult or something like that. Those are all dumb. Just like, I guess maybe a little bit more just on the emotional side in a sense, but not too much. Not like weepy, sad, upset about it, but just actually kind of going through some stuff, expressing some stuff while still maintaining that Thundercat style, which is an interesting balance. I've never really heard an album like this before. Let's go through some lyrics. Why do you try to hide the feelings you feel inside? Could it be that you need another mask to hide behind? And if so, why should I ask you why? Then you turn around and say, I've been up and down so many times, I'll save it for another day. So she won't answer the question, What is left to say when you've made up your mind? You can spend your whole life trying to find the way that you feel inside. Could it all just be a lie? And then verse 2, I don't need much, maybe a simple touch. It's in the way that you reply to me, like you can see you always shove me out until I'm stuck inside my mind. I've been here so many times before, so why do I even try? And then the verse 3 is great. Feelings are like children in the car. You can't put them in the trunk, but let them drive. You won't go far. And if someone should ask me why, I'll turn around and say, these are the droids you're looking for. Go on your way. Thundercat on Drunk has an album or a song where he's talking about all he's trying to do, like this girl's upset with him, this and that, but all he's trying to do is play Diablo 2. That's great. There is a bit of a emotional relationship theme that has existed in this album so far. It's got to be tough too, being an artist, and especially, like I'm sure Thundercat does well for himself. I feel like you probably get paid a decent amount of money just working with this person, working with that person, being featured, and playing bass and all that kind of shit, right? And he's been involved with a lot of stuff, but it's got to be hard too, where you're not like the biggest star on the planet, you're not drowning in money, so you got to keep working, and honestly, he probably enjoys working, but in that you're busy, you're gone. That was one of the lines. No More Lies. I think it was on No More Lies. You're talking about, looks like I'm going to be gone another year. It's like, I'm going to go on that tour. I'm going to go here and work with this person, go there, do that. It's just got to be tough on relationships. It's got to be very tough. Like I'm always shocked when I hear about one Hollywood actor is married to some other Hollywood actor. And it's like, oh, so you're married. You just never see each other. And I guess, I don't know, maybe it makes sense if you're both in that kind of work where you both fully understand, yeah, we'll never see each other, but yeah, let's get married. All right, sure, why not? I feel compelled to like dig into this deeper, but at the same time, I want to like leave it, and I don't know why. I almost feel like the way things are going right now, maybe this album unfolds a little bit, and maybe we actually do get a bit of a story told through Distracted. Maybe the idea of Distracted is just that, is trying to manage relationships that are, maybe they're lacking a little bit of focus, maybe they're refusing to acknowledge themselves, maybe the two personalities don't mesh as well, there's imbalance there. Who knows? But let's keep going. I mean, I feel like these lyrics are straightforward. But I also feel like there's more to be said, and there's still more album to hear. So I don't want to like jump in with my own bullshit too much. So let's go to 7. I wish I didn't waste your time. Thundercat, produced by Greg Kurstin. In this picture, he's holding a skull. It's probably, I wonder if it's a perfect skull from Diablo 2, which is important in that game. Let's jump into 7. I wish I didn't waste your time. Here we go. So wrong.
Did I cross that line? I really hoped you were the one for me. I'll never be the same again. You gotta know the lines to know just where to draw them.
Huh.
I think I'm in too deep. Maybe it's all my fault. Creeping up behind. I wish I didn't waste your time. I can hear a bitter wind
Interesting.
knocking on my door. Should I just let it in? I don't know anymore. Nothing feels quite the same. There's no one else to blame. I guess it's just all my fault. Creeping up behind.
Huh. A good sound here on this chorus. Good vibe.
To know just where to draw them. I think I'm in too deep. Maybe it's all my fault. Creeping up behind. I wish I didn't waste your time. Maybe it's all my fault. Creeping up behind. I wish I didn't waste your time. Maybe it's all my fault. I wish I didn't waste your
I
time.
wish I didn't waste your time. So these lyrics are kind of surprising to me. I thought that everything was fine. So wrong. When did I cross that line? I really hoped you were the one for me. I'll never be the same again. Okay. Pretty simple, straightforward verse there. The chorus, you gotta know the lines to know just where to draw them. I think I'm in too deep. Maybe it's all my fault. Creeping up behind. I wish I didn't waste your time. And that's what throws me off a bit. I really hoped you were the one for me. I wish I didn't waste your time. Because there's a split here. You know, whatever's going on isn't working. Let's touch on verse 2 real quick. I can hear a bitter wind knocking on my door. Should I just let it in? I don't know anymore. And it makes me wonder, what's the bitter wind? Is it like acknowledging the truth? Or maybe the idea of a bitter wind knocking on my door is like some sort of representation of no one knocking on my door because now this other person is gone. Maybe maybe, I mean, it's just bitter wind knocking on my door. I agree, right? The Raven, you know, there's no one actually there, and that's kind of where I'm going with it too. Like, do I let it in? I don't know anymore. But basically, if it's a bitter wind knocking at my door, that also means it is not the person knocking at my door because there's no one there.
So she's overthinking, or
No, not
the
overthinking.
thought of
She's
itself.
just gone, nevermore.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing feels quite the same. There's no one else to blame. I guess it's just all my fault. Creeping up behind. But then this whole I wish I didn't waste your time part. Because to me, I feel like with this perspective, I feel like he wasted his time. You know, it didn't work out. I thought you were going to be the one for me. It's not. I'll never be the same. I don't know. Here's some song bio. I wish I didn't waste your time. Is the second lead single? Oh, for this. Oh, this. Yeah. Sure. I was thinking that was going to be insight, but it's just information that is factual to the album and the song. I wish I didn't waste your time. Well, there you go. Let's keep going. I am kind of starting to think that maybe maybe something unfolds in this album. Maybe. It's a solid maybe. Although track 8 is called Anakin Learns His Fate. And it's produced by Greg Kurstin. Now, but, you know, there could be an analogy here that plays into, or like a metaphor or something about Anakin and the whole story arc, you know, with him and Padme and love denied and all that kind of stuff, right? So who knows? We'll see. Here's track 8. Anakin Learns His Fate. Funky sound.
See a silver lining, but I can still see the storm. This is just my job. Smile through it all.
Just my job to smile through it.
You've already set sail in these high winds. I can see you've purchased your paintbrush, got your canvas and your paint. But how does it feel to know I did it all for you? Just to leave me and to scroll me through it all. Guess it's still my fault. This monster that you've painted in your mind sounds amazing. Controlling how you feel is not my job. This mask is just for you. Don't tell me that you have a high ground.
So we gotta click on this annotation because of course this is gonna be a reference to the prequel, right? Yeah, episode 3. So when Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting and they're dueling, Obi-Wan gains the position in the fight and tells Anakin, "It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground." And I feel like the mask is just for you might even be a nod to Star Wars too a bit. Yeah, the mask when he becomes Darth Vader. This monster that you've painted in your mind sounds amazing. So I didn't really understand verse 2. I can see you've purchased your paintbrush and you got your canvas and your paint. You know, I was like, oh, that seemed very random. But then verse 3, this monster you painted in your mind sounds amazing, which is, of course, her vision of him, right? Her version of him. You do this and you do this and you're a terrible person because you... And Thundercat's just like, well, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. All right, let's keep going.
I know I get a little dark at times in my mind. Oh my God, the struggle is so real. Just call me Anakin.
Just call me Anakin.
So afraid of the fate that would have changed it all. Fate that changed it all. It was fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all. It was fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all.
I like this. We're coming out of this and it's talking about it was fate that changed it all. Fate that changed it all. And now we're kind of here in this space, this outro, with some room to ponder what has changed, what could have been, that kind of thing. I like it when songs do this, when they lyrically conclude with a concept, a thought, and then they leave you some musical space to just float in that thought and really soak it in a bit. Because some songs, they'll give you some cool ideas and then they're just like, okay, now on to the next thing. And it's like, no. Let's just kind of float here a bit in this idea I know I get a little dark at times in my mind. Oh my God, the struggle is so real. Just call me Anakin. So afraid of the fate that would have changed it all. Fate that changed it all. It was fate that changed it all. And so, it makes you wonder, as a listener, what was it that changed so substantially for Thundercat? Was it a decision? Was it a relationship failing? Was it a relationship almost succeeding? How does that play into his career, into his life? It is kind of fascinating sometimes to think about life and go back to those like major decision tree splits, essentially, where you chose to do this, and because of that, it led you that way. And what would have happened if I hadn't have done that, or if I would have done this other thing instead? And it's kind of fascinating. Life is very fascinating in that way. Lots of different branches you can take down the old decision tree. And some of them you can come back. Some of them you cannot. Absolutely cannot. Let's keep going. I'm really kind of wondering how, there's definitely a theme, obviously, now that we're about halfway through. Definitely a theme. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Thundercat gives us like an actual story through this album. So let's go to 9. It's called Walking on the Moon. Producers Greg Kirsten. Dropping into 9. Walking on the Moon. Oh, cool. I like that little drop in right there.
I'm underwater, so amniotic. No one around us, where no one has gone before. Walking on the moon. So sparkly, stardust in your eyes, in your tractor beam.
In your tractor beam. Another Star Wars reference. Fine. Barbarella.
You're my Ahura. I'm your starship trooper. Even horizon, where time is standing still. Walking on the moon.
Haha. There's been so many little like side notes that kind of like grind off to the side.
You take me to a higher place and disappear without.
It's not really doing it now. It was doing it earlier in the song.
In the sky, I see your face. Surrounded by your embrace. Your love is like outer space.
Huh. That stuff right there. into 10. So track 9 throws me off a bit, Walking on the Moon. Because it seems like a love song, but the love song kind of comes out of the blue because the previous 3 or so songs before were not love songs. They were kind of like the relationship ain't working, it's falling apart, that kind of a thing. But now all of a sudden we're in this very much a love song. Your warm embrace, I'm underwater. So ambiotic, no one around us. Where no one has gone before. Walking on the moon, so sparkly, stardust in your eyes. In your tractor beam, took me by surprise. I come in peace and light, walking on the moon. Up to the sun, we're lost in orbit. We'll travel far as love can take us, where no one has gone before. No gravity, love is expanding. We're on an island, time disappearing. So this is very like lovey, 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 lovey. And that throws me off. Comes out of the blue, it feels like. I'm your Starship Trooper, Event Horizon. Where time is walking on the moon. And then I started overthinking a bit because he says, you know, your love is like outer space. You take me to a higher place and disappear without a trace. In the sky, I see your face surrounded by your embrace. Your love is like outer space. And then I was overthinking the part of your love is like outer space because to me, space is just cold and empty and very, very full of nothing. You know? But I don't think that's what he's going for here. I have no reason. I have no basis to think that's what he's going for here. It is interesting that, you know, your love is like outer space. You take me to a higher place and disappear without a trace. So I wonder if there's a story being told here, if the part of the story that we're being told right now is just this, the relationship's been on the rocks, it's failing, you know, I let you down, I wasted your time, all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden out of the blue, maybe she shows up. Maybe she isn't gone. Oh my God, I'm getting attention from this person. You know, we're together now. And it's fantastic and it's wonderful. And then she disappears again. Maybe. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see if there actually is a story here. So this is track 10. It's called This Thing We Call Love, which is already kind of interesting because it's this thing we call love, which is very much sounds like a qualifier, you know, like a different way to describe something that in its own right has its own description. Like no, we have our own like certain type of thing that we call love. It's not what other people would call love. Maybe, big maybe there, but I'm throwing that out there to begin with before we start the song. It's featuring, I'll just say Channel Tress, maybe Chanel, but probably Channel. I don't know. Greg Kurstin's producing. Here is 10. This Thing We Call Love. And 9 dumped right into it. And we're kind of in a different space musically too. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, I was going to say we were starting to lose some of that springtime, summertime vibe, but maybe it comes back here. Song's kind of cool. I like this one.
Hell no, it's that thing
These songs are surprising me. These last two, this one and the previous. So we're not in a rush. We're certainly taking our time here. Kind of just a cool vibe here. Pretty chilled out. Cool sound. Yeah. This is good old classic Thundercat ooze. I really am wondering if there's a bit of a story being told in this album. This part is hard for me because on one hand, I love like trying to grab onto strings and pull threads and see, you know, where it goes. But then also I have to be so careful because it's so easy for me to just like make up shit that isn't real. It's not actually here in the album, you know? I'm very much caught off guard here. This is a bit of a turn given the way... And also, too, I was thinking earlier, the album's got a bit of a structure where there's just a couple of cool like hits to start everything off. And then you kind of roll into a story a bit. You know, the one with Tame Impala, Mac Miller, Lil Yachty and Flying Lotus, and then A$AP Rocky. You know, it feels like those are like, okay, we'll kind of front load the album with just some features and some hits and something to get it. And then it feels like that's, I mean, and there are, I think, some storytelling elements there. But then after that, What's Left to Say, I Wish Didn't Waste Your Time, Anakin Learned His Fate, those three feels like we're really kind of drop into the strain of the relationship proper. And now all of a sudden we're in this like love lane. There's 5 more songs left. I'm really curious to see where this goes. It's so far this album has been well ordered. I like the song order quite a bit. All right, let's keep going. I really am kind of fascinated. This one's called Thunderwave. It's featuring Willow, who I don't know anything about. American singer, actress, songwriter, model, activist. Okay. She probably lives in LA. I don't know why I had to do that. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you live in LA? Yeah, what do you do? Oh, I'm a singer, and I'm a model, and I'm an actress, and I'm an activist, and I write songs, and I do poetry, and that's what I think of everybody who lives in LA. Even though like 90% of the people in LA probably don't fucking do any of that shit. They all work fucking 10-hour days.
We met some and they were cool.
We did meet some cool people.
I say that like...
You're going to say something bad too, weren't you? We're just talking shit about LA people right now. All right, just leave it be. Let's drop into 11.
I'm going to stop.
Here's Thunderwave. Here's 11.
I'm trying to learn to tread in your waters. Don't let me down, please. 'Cause I wanna swim forever, surrounded by your love. Baby, I need you to hold me, 'cause it feels like I'm floating.
Cool sound. I like this like darker tone in the background.
Until we reach the shore, baby, your love is keeping me warm. Because the water's so cold. Just don't let trying to hold on to you. Can you calm the storm raging in my soul? Two can carry on. Without you, I'd be lost.
This is kind of a cool song. Oh, good little on the bass there.
I'm trying to learn to tread your waters. Don't let me down, please. 'Cause I wanna swim forever, surrounded by your love. Baby, I need you to hold me, 'cause it feels like I'm floating. Just hold on a little longer until we reach the shore.
The sound of this song throws me off a bit because it has, like, it feels almost ominous in a way. Maybe they're just kind of going for an intensity. But it throws me, the lyrics honestly throw me off a bit. I'm kind of confused by what's being said here because I feel like there's almost like contradiction. I'm trying to learn to tread in your waters. Don't let me drown. Okay, right? I want to swim forever, surrounded by your love. I need you to hold me because it feels like I'm floating. Just hold on a little longer till we reach the shore. So in those just 8 lines, I get a little confused because I want to swim forever, but I need you to hold me. It feels like I'm floating. I'm trying to tread in water. So what are we doing? Are we swimming in your love? Are we learning to tread in the water? Are we needing you to hold me? Because if you don't, I'm going to sink. But it feels like I'm floating, so then you don't need to swim because you're just floating.
Well, that's how love is. It's all over the place.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Yeah. That's a good.
It's not love.
Not consistent, not solid. That's a. I like that. Very well done. So that's what. There's this cutie over here sitting next to me. She said, "That's how love is. It's all over the place." Which I hope you're not talking about me right there. Oh no, you're biting your lip, so you're not. She's biting her lip a little bit. That means she really likes me right now.
You'd be embarrassed.
You're not even on the camera and you're embarrassed. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So basically, she was saying, this maybe all these different things that seem, to counterintuitive, or what's the word I'm thinking of? Opposite.
Yeah.
Lots of different feelings.
Contradictory.
Yeah, contradictory. Just lots of sometimes I feel like I'm floating. Sometimes I feel like I'm sinking. Sometimes I feel like I want to be here the whole time. Sometimes I need you to hold me. Because you get even further into it, your love is keeping me warm because the water is so cold. Just don't let me go. I'm trying to hold on. Can you calm the storm raging in my soul? 2 can carry on. What the hell's that sound?
That's an airplane.
Oh, okay. Trying to learn to tread in your waters. Don't let me down. I want to swim forever. Surrounded by your love. Need you to hold me. Feels like I'm floating. Hold on a little longer to reach the shore. And then that like synthetic bass sound. Just kind of almost an ominous feel. So it's a combination of love and warmth, but also cold and dark. And so there's a little unsettling. And maybe that's the idea too, is just let's put in this feeling of fear. Maybe there's a feeling of fear coming from feeling so vulnerable, which is not, that's not uncommon. Let's keep going. There's 4 songs. I'm kind of curious to see how this all wraps up. I don't know how to pronounce this one. This is track 12. I have no idea how to say that. Pozole? I don't know. Producers are Brian Pozole? How do you say that?
Oh,
I don't know. Brian Diageo, Michael Diageo's got a couple brothers there, and Thundercat. I assume these are brothers. Anyway, dropping into 12, whatever the hell it's called.
Does it really matter that I've told you everything? Just comes back to haunt me, ruining the dream. Am I asking too much? Do you understand? I can only show you exactly who I am.
Huh.
Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe
Huh.
it's just too much. If I could only show you what goes on in my mind, you could see how hard it was to leave the past behind. Am I asking too much? Do you understand? I could only show you exactly who I am. Who I am.
This is like pretty.
Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I've seen too much. Every time I close my eyes and ask the reason why, I can only pull a blank. The truth I cannot hide. Was it all just too much? Guess I don't understand. Does it even matter if I show you who I am?
Interesting song, man.
Who I am. Who I am. Who am I?
I'm laughing at myself a little bit because my brain is going, Thundercat isn't allowed to make this kind of song because it's pretty. Like, that's not Thundercat. He's not allowed to do that. And I think of the scene from the movie This Is Spinal Tap. If you've never seen that movie, you got to watch it. It's incredible. It's a great parody, like a mockumentary is what they call it. Anyway, there's a scene where the documentary person, the guy who's doing the movie, is talking to one of the band members, and the band member's playing this like really pretty piano piece, and they're kind of talking about it, and it's a bit of a silly conversation anyway, because he's talking about D is the saddest whatever or something, the saddest key or something. But it's very different from this metal band and metal songs and all this other stuff. And they're like, yeah, this is a pretty big departure. He's like, yeah, it's just something I've been working on for a while and this and that. And he's like, what do you, is there a name for it? What do you call it? I call it Suck on My Love Pump. And it's just this, incredibly beautiful piano piece. But like, my brain was kind of going through this weird, bizarre thing of, here's Thundercat, it's Thundercat. And I mean, it's not like he's never been open before, or he can't be, open and emotional in a song. But like, I just think of Thundercat in a certain way. And so this song, especially this part of the album, we'll go through the lyrics here, it kind of throws my brain for a loop a little bit. Does it really matter that I've told you everything? Just comes back to haunt me, ruining the dream. So the previous song, Thunderwave, which threw me for a loop because it's all these contradictory ideas and feelings and emotions, but really that makes perfect sense. Thanks to my lovely wife pointing that out. I was like, yeah, I don't know how to feel. Sometimes I feel comforted. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like I'm surrounded in wart. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in frozen water. You know, like I don't know how to feel.
You're welcome.
Then you get to this one. Does it really matter that I've told you everything? And we have to kind of keep in mind some of the elements that have happened earlier in the album. You know, things like, do you know who you are, and trying to let people be, and you know, I'm just telling you the truth, and all that kind of stuff, right? And then the fallout from those ideas. Am I asking too much? Do you understand? I can only show you exactly who I am. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe it's too much. If I could only show you what goes on in my mind, you could see how hard it is to leave the past behind. Am I asking too much? Do you understand? I can only show you exactly who I am. Who I am, well, actually, we're kind of repeating the lyrics here. Every time I close my eyes and ask the reason why, I can only pull a blank. The truth I cannot hide. Was it all just too much? I guess I don't understand. Does it even matter if I show you who I am? So this song after Thunderwave makes a lot of sense, because you've got one element of uncertainty when you're dealing directly with the other person and in that relationship setting. But now we're almost further in, where the uncertainty seems to be more just from the internal of, am I fucking this all up? Like, I'm trying to do this right. Just trying to show you who I am, and I'm just trying to be open and honest and all these different things. But in doing that, am I going to ruin this thing? You know, like, is that too much? Does it even matter if I show you? Do you even care? Do you understand? You know, so these are very much internal questions. And so this song is kind of like fucking excellent for where we are in the album in this little arc, because he's really drilling down into just personal fears, and has nothing to do with the other person at all, because the other person is essentially irrelevant. Like, these are my fears. Like, am I pushing too hard? Am I asking too much? Doesn't even matter. Do you even understand? You know, like all those things. And that's an element of fear that can weave into this other emotional fear. Sorry, I'm distracted because there's a little tiny spider crawling around on the top of the camera. And it's fine. We'll allow him to exist. But I see him moving around. It's distracting. But it's okay, because the album is called Distracted. So we can be distracted. It's allowed. Unless it's you. Don't distract me. Please. Stop it. Leave me alone. Let's go to 13, which is called A.D.D. Through the Roof. So we'll see where the hell this goes. Here's track 13. Drop it in. Something that's cool about Thundercat, he definitely has a musical style. this feels like him just reminding himself to try and calm down. Just calm down. It's your brain that's doing this. Fucking lay it into that bass. I wonder if there's a correlation between how he likes to play, or an association with how he likes to play the bass, this rapid finger work, and just his thought process. Yeah. Because that outro where he's just saying ADD through the roof, ADD through the roof. And he's laying into the bass. Just I wonder if it's almost like a physical expression of trying to like get thoughts out. Only instead of like thinking, I'm just gonna go up and down this bass neck just over and over and over again. And like as a way, as almost as a method of trying to physically expel thoughts. Or maybe I've got it completely backwards. Maybe since he's talking about ADD through the roof, he's talking about, maybe if he's feeling just distracted and thinking about this and thinking about this, maybe it's the inverse. Maybe it's, I'm going to focus on this right here. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if I was on screen or not. I'm going to focus on this. And in that, I won't experience these feelings of ADD, of just scatterbrained and thinking about this, think about that, think about this, worry about that. Instead, no, I'm just focused and I'm here. Like maybe that's really what it is. Or it could be both. Who knows? Or maybe I'm wrong on both accounts and it's something else entirely. Seems impossible that I could be wrong, but you never know. You never know. Long days and longer nights, day after day till we get it right. Can't right all my wrongs, not all at once. Thank God for the day, because all will be all right. The pressure's coming up. Remember just to breathe. It's not the end that you're supposed to see. The butterflies fluttering inside. That's just the way you know that you're alive. Feels like a joke. It gets me every time. Most times I laugh, but it's okay to cry. Just let it in, then let it go. Catch a release. Walk out the door. ADD through the roof, bouncing off the walls. That's who you are. That's just how it goes. Don't be afraid. You won't lose your way with new frontiers. Struggle with it all. So this song very much feels like, as we've gone through the last two tracks, these feelings of just fear, uncertainty, highs and lows, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to feel or how to say, or all these things, right? This song feels like, just take a fucking breath. All this concern, all this worry, all this shit, that's just you. That's your brain. That's all in here. Just relax. Take a breath. Slap a bass. Make some songs. Tomorrow's another day. Breathe. Laugh. Don't be afraid. And then too, I like, with new frontiers, struggle with it all. I like the idea of acknowledging, because it's easy to go, I just got to get through this, right? Like focus on getting through this so that when I'm through this, these feelings are gone and it's over and I can go back to being normal. I like that he says struggle with it all. With new fears, struggle with it all. Because I feel like that concept is more of a, let's not get through this, but instead, let's understand that it's just probably always going to be a struggle. So that brings me back to earlier in the album, where he's talking about relationships, but also the concept of just going to let go. I'm not going to try and control this thing. And I think that's key. If you are constantly feeling these feelings, and no matter what you do, no matter what situation you're in, the idea of I just got to get through this, that doesn't really work, because there's no through to get, there's no end, right? You're just in this thing all the time. So instead, okay, I'm going to acknowledge I will always struggle with this. So instead of trying to get through it, let's figure out how to just manage these feelings of struggling. So now let's play the bass. Let's play the hell out of the bass. And that'll help me with my feelings of struggling. Maybe. I can't play the bass like that. And even if I could, I wouldn't be able to. It's incredible, man. His style. It's fun watching him play. Just, it's insane how he plays the bass. Cool. I will say, kind of losing a little interest in the back half. It's doing well being a story and unfolding and expressing emotions and all that kind of stuff. But musically, I was more interested in the first 5 or 6 songs or so. These other songs have been cool, but just musically, in terms of my just general listening and being entertained, the first part of the album has been the most entertaining for me. But there's 2 more songs. Let's see how this closes out. This is track 14. It's called Great Americans. The producer is Flying Lotus. Drop it into 14. Here we go.
Wake up, burnt out, start the day in flames. Is it because I didn't text you back? Cat brain, meow meow, keep singing me mixed signals. Meow meow, it's like I haven't learned a thing. Stressed out, burnt up, I'm moving way too fast. I need to reel it in. I just might bust my ass. I might hurt myself. Don't know much. Everything I do is a learned behavior. A true Truman Show. A true Truman Show. Midday, still weird. I'm probably overthinking. Guess I saw you call. I'm still not calling back. 'Cause I'm overwhelmed. Dear Lord, send help. I'm talking to my cats. I keep vacuuming and nothing's getting clean. 'Cause I'm overwhelmed.
This is fascinating.
One thing's for sure, you're gonna find a way to leave. But before you go, please return my clothes. You can't have my coat. Don't know.
It's such a fascinating song in classic Thundercat form, too.
Is a learned behavior. I keep fucking up, but I land on my feet. It's dark, I'm lost, walking round in circles. I haven't completed a thing. Shit, I lost my chance.
Wow.
Don't know much. Everything I do is an SOS. Something's clearly off. I'm undiagnosed. Shit.
Only Thundercat can make panic feel funny, like silly. This is amazing. You're gonna want to listen to this. You've been kind of paying attention, huh? While I'm talking about the album.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, just listen to these lyrics. This is the second to last song. You might fucking connect with this like crazy. Wake up, burnt out, start the day in flames. Is it because I didn't text you back? Cat brain, meow meow. Keep sending me mixed signals. Meow 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 meow. That'll come up later. It gets explained. It's like I haven't learned a thing. Stressed out, burnt up. I'm moving way too fast. I need to reel it in. I just might bust my ass. I might hurt myself. Don't know much. Everything I do is a learned behavior, a true Truman Show, a true Truman Show. Here's verse 2. Midday, still weird. I'm probably overthinking. Yes, I saw you call. I'm still not calling back because I'm overwhelmed. Dear Lord, send help. I'm talking to my cats. Meow. This line fucking, I don't know. This is what I feel like we do every day. I keep vacuuming and nothing's getting clean.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm overwhelmed. One thing's for sure, you're going to find a way to leave. But before you go, please return my clothes. You can't have my coat. Don't know much. Everything I do is a learned behavior. I keep fucking up, but I land on my feet.
It's like a kitty.
I know. It's dark. I'm lost, walking around in circles. I didn't complete a thing. Shit. I missed my chance. Don't know much. Everything I do is an SOS. Something's clearly off. I'm undiagnosed. Shit.
Oh my goodness. It's like we're the same person. Tell him to come hang out.
Yeah, Thundercat. My wife wants you to come hang out.
Yeah.
We can talk to the cats and we can vacuum. Like, so the vacuuming thing, we're always vacuuming up kitty litter.
More cat hair these days.
Cat hair these days because it's warming up. But kitty litter and stuff. It's just, like, you'll vacuum.
Don't tell them that. It's disgusting.
What?
Don't tell them that. It's disgusting.
It's not, whatever. It's disgusting that we vacuum up the kitty litter.
It's disgusting.
It's
that
disgusting
it's
if you
there.
don't vacuum up.
It's disgusting that it's there.
It's disgusting.
Now they're gonna look at the house.
Now no
and
one's
go,
gonna
"Ew."
now no one's gonna visit the house, huh? Now Thundercat's not gonna come, huh? Because there's kitty litter in the house that we vacuum up.
Ew! We don't need to advertise.
I'm gonna put a sign out front. I'm gonna put a sign out front of the house that says, "We vacuum up our kitty litter," and everyone will be appalled.
That would be better than the sign saying, like, to keep robbers away, just put, "This house contains kitty litter."
This house contains
No
kitty
one
litter.
would break in.
Are you allergic to cat hair? Don't steal from us. You'll develop an itch or a rash or something. You'll start sneezing. How unfortunate. Those poor house
That'd be
robbers
hilarious.
sneezing.
Anyways, tell Thundercat to come over and we can commiserate. Because
Thundercat, you're still invited, even though our house is apparently disgusting because of the cat.
But he'll
litter.
understand because I vacuum and it doesn't, like, it's like I do nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to work now.
Okay.
So this song is, I kind of love this album. Like, from a story being told, Thundercat has done a great job. He's done a great job. He is. I really love too that he's capturing these things the way that he is, while also just being who he is musically. Because nobody else is making this kind of album this way. Let's go to the final song. Final song. You left without saying goodbye. Producer's Thundercat. It's 2 minutes long. Final track of Distracted. Let's drop in and see how it goes.
Feels like I've lost my mind.
He throws the ooh in there, of course.
Just breathe. It's okay. Guess it's always meant to feel some type of way. Just don't forget the magnesium. Magnesium. Overworked. Underpaid is how I mostly start my day. Maybe I should start an OnlyFans and show some feet.
What an experience this album has been. The final lines of the album are, maybe I should start an OnlyFans and show some feet.
Yeah.
Meow. Yeah, I should have put meow in there. You know, I didn't know what to expect walking into a Thundercat album called Distracted. Well, that's not true. I expected some silliness. I expected some bass. I expected some ooze. We got all of that. But I did not expect this. Like this pretty cohesive lyrical story experience of just feeling scattered, stressed, uncertain, fearful, hopeful. Like, pretty impressive, honestly. I will say, like I said earlier, the back half musically it's cool. I'm not into it as much as the first half. It makes me kind of I bum out a little bit because I feel like this album has a lot thematically to enjoy, and I feel like those who give it the time and really listen to it and try to appreciate what it's doing will connect with it. Especially, I mean, these days, man, who doesn't feel this way? Who doesn't feel like this? Overstimulated. Feels like I've lost my mind. Just breathe. It's okay. Guess it's always meant to feel some type of way. That's a great line. That's a great line to hold on to. That's something I got to remember. You're always going to feel something, right? You're going to feel something one way or the other, whatever it is. You're always going to feel something. So just breathe. It's okay. Don't forget the magnesium. I guess that's medication for something. I don't know. Overworked, underpaid is how I mostly spend my day. Yeah, what an album, man. But I think, you know, and I've said this before, music is difficult because you are also in a world of entertainment, you know? And it feels like these days, man, these supposed music fans, these fans that are online and all they do is complain about all the music and how it's not the best thing they've ever heard in their life. And oh my God, it's been 14 months since I've heard the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And why is everything so mid now? And how come I can't just always hear the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life? Right? It's like, I don't understand the idea of everything that has to come out has to be absolutely and utterly mind-blowingly amazing. Otherwise, it's mid. Otherwise, it's forgettable. It's an odd threshold to try and maintain, especially if you consider yourself a fan of music. Because to me, it sounds like you're only a fan of the best thing ever, ever, ever. Anyway, little tangent rant snuck in there. Craftily snuck in there. This is a cool album. I hesitate. I'm a little bummed because it won't get the attention it deserves. Probably. I'm really pretty impressed by Thundercat. I'm really impressed by Thundercat still being Thundercat. Like, he is him on this. He didn't like change, you know? And I feel like that impresses me a lot because I feel like if I were in this type of situation, if I was trying to make something like this, I would try to mold into, you know, I'd try and morph into what it's supposed to sound like. And so I really, really love that he has maintained his artistic integrity, if you want to call it that. He has maintained his style. And in doing so, it strengthens a lot of what he's saying in this album because he's saying a lot of, I'm just going to let things be. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be who I am. You know, there's a lot of messaging about, I'm just not going to force this shit. I'm just going to let it be what it is. Let go, breathe. It's okay. Relax. Like, not going to try and control it, force it. You know, it's got to be a certain way. Like, no. And so I love that he is still Thundercat on this album. Talking to his cats and making an analogy to Anakin from Star Wars. He maintains who he is as an artist in this album. But then the album, like, it just kind of clicks, man, lyrically. But you're only going to get there if you actually take the time to listen to it. And one thing, too, I will say that will be kind of a detriment to Thundercat is that vocally, I mean, I don't have a problem with his vocals, but you really have to pay attention to catch what he's saying. And I think it's kind of because it's more of like this like singing sustained, the way he moves through the verses. It isn't like hip hop where you can listen to someone go ba bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba bam, you know, really like cranking out the message, and then you can just like catch that feel. You know, you get that paragraph pretty quick and go, okay, here's the concept to hold on to. Instead, with this album, you really have to spend a lot of time listening, because it's just a couple words, and then it's a couple words, and it's a couple words. So you have to like let everything kind of assemble before you can then, okay, process what's being said, if that makes any sense. So that style makes it a little harder. I think hip hop has some superiority when it comes to pushing messages out, because you can say so much so quickly, and you can say it so tight if you want to. And so that idea can get punched through faster, versus something where it's a 6 or 7 words, and then 5 words, and then 7 or 8 words, and then 4 words. It takes a lot longer to get that same amount of information through when you're singing and stuff. Cool album. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this on YouTube as well. I think it'll be held up. So we're gonna get into the 2 music videos. We're just gonna check them out. One person said it was very cool. What's funny is with the other one, when I pulled it up here on the YouTube, and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like Mac Miller, and it turns out I was right, because that's the one with Mac Miller featured. So we'll start with She Knows Too Much featuring Mac Miller, and then we'll drop into I Wish I Didn't Waste Your Time, and we'll see how these videos play out here. Here we go. Here is She Knows Too Much, the video. This was a great song. That's already cool. So I think, let's go back. Those images are depictions of like anatomically accurate angels, I suppose. I've seen these before, and really that's what, if you like really read in the Bible how angels are described, that's what they look like, apparently, supposedly. I don't know. I haven't like looked that up. I don't know, but that's the first thing that goes through my head when I see those 2 things. Huh? No, a bunch of eyes and shit, yeah.
She way out of my league, can't buy her love.
They're driving the couch.
All the books she reads, she know way too much. Girl, you don't know me, you don't know enough. If you don't know me, you don't
Off to
know
Hollywood they
enough.
go. Oh, cool, we changed ours.
Got me saying, baby, you can drive my car, but don't drive me crazy. I know that life is hard, we dancing on the boulevard. Girl, am I crazy? I must be crazy. Yeah, you got trouble paying rent now. Living in an apartment, I could take it to the penthouse. Got a stepchild, gone like exile. Made me say, every time you pull your breasts out.
Aggression.
Feeling left out. I can be your drug when you're stressed out. I know you say it's true love, but why
Cool
you
animation
always hit me when the check
styles.
bounce? Oh, yeah, we in love. Tell me what I gotta do to get my dick sucked. She a pin up, looking for a rich one. You take your ass on
What's
home,
that?
take your kid,
Is that a picture from when they did the Tiny Desk?
get my dick sucked. She a pin.
It looks like Tiny Desk. Dude, you know Thundercat's missing Mac Miller, man. You know he is. That looks like from the Tiny Desk.
Up, looking for a rich one. You take your ass on home, pick your kid up. Yeah, hard moving to the kick drum. You ain't have none, girl, better get some. And you can talk about
That
the
reminds me
universal
of
energy, but all you really want is a
Weekend.
celebrity.
Music videos of the Weekend. Dog.
You're just lost. And I'm here to find you. She way out of my league, can't buy her love. Say, if you don't know me, you don't know enough.
Down to the casino. More girls. Party. Our planet ends here. It's like he's looking up to old Mac in the sky there. Yeah. He's up at that great big casino in the sky. Huh. That was a cool video, but it definitely paints a picture of a very wild ride, doesn't it? It seemed very hectic, out of control, surrounded by vices. Huh. That was cool though, cool animation, but it's kind of sad too. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I props to Thundercat for, you keep moving, right? You keep going forward, and you keep trying to enjoy it. You're alive, right? Like keep living. But yeah, he misses Mac Miller. That's a fact. All right, here is. I wish I didn't waste your time.
I thought that everything was fine. So wrong.
So
Did I
wrong.
cross that line? I really hoped you were the one for me.
Taking the brain out. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Never be the same again. You gotta know the lines
Try to see what's in there. Yeah, for sure.
to know just where to draw them. I think I'm in too deep. Maybe it's all my fault.
That's kind of a fascinating sequence right there of he's trying to look inside of his own brain, like what the hell's going on in there, right? And what does the brain do? No, and jumps back in it. Everything's fine. Don't look in here. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. That's kind of interesting.
I wish I didn't waste your time. I can hear a bitter wind
Does it just loop?
knocking on my door. Should I just let it in?
It does. Okay.
I don't know anymore.
So this is kind of
Despite the same
we've seen the video. It just repeats the sequence 3 times. Huh. It's pretty fascinating, man. Like, I feel like when you think about someone's trying to be analytical and vulnerable and emotional and open and all that kind of, no one's gonna go, oh yeah, Thundercat, right? Like, I feel like he's not gonna get the credit he deserves, but he's really put something together here with this, and you can tell it's definitely real. Like, this isn't a concept or something. Like, when I look at these videos and you read the lyrics and you just kind of listen to the whole album, he's been going through this shit. Like, this is really, really occupying his mental space, his life. Huh. Good shit. Well, y'all, there you go. There's Distracted. And really, it's kind of a interesting title for an album, because to me, I feel almost the opposite. I feel like he's been pretty focused on himself and trying to understand himself in realizing what it is that he is doing or is not doing or any of those things, and just trying to let go. All right, y'all. Well, Take care. We'll see you soon.